the list. Please, please, God told me to ask y'all for help. I need your help. I need your help. I can't do it alone. I'm overwhelmed. I'm going crazy. And God, I beg you, I beg you, I beg you. So I'm fighting this fight. And to other people, it's an impossible dream. It's not impossible. It's going to happen.
Did Diddy's mom just flee the country? Where did she go? And what does that mean for Diddy? Could he now be in even more trouble? And is his family finally abandoning him? Janice Combs, aka Sean Diddy Combs' mom, has allegedly fled overseas with a staggering $400 million chunk of her son's inheritance. This jaw-dropping decision of hers has led to a lot of questions. After all, this isn't just about cash. It's a twist that's got everyone wondering what's really going on behind the Combs family curtain. Up until now, they've been acting like they are one strong, stable unit. But is that actually the case? Or did Janice just reveal more than she intended to? Diddy's world has been a whirlwind lately.
Those heavily armored gear and equipment, I don't think they're actually searching for any items that could connect to whatever the investigation is. I would venture to say that those are going to be the guys that you're seeing right there, and they're waiting for that all clear. And then this group that you see there, those are the ones that are actually going to go inside. They probably have, like you said, they probably have ideas what they're looking for, where they might be. So, but right now it is still a waiting game to make sure that everybody is out of this building and that it is secure for the investigators to make their way in and actually start that search.
And we should mention, thank you, Stu, that if this is in fact involving a trafficking investigation, we do know that according to Diddy's attorneys and the rapper himself, he has denied any wrongdoing in any of all this. So there are two sides, of course, to this as this all plays out. But it is interesting that these raids happening at the same time. According to TMZ, a raid of his Miami home is happening right now, as well as now we're looking at the live pictures of what's going on in Holmby Hills at this mansion right here, all connected to Sean Combs. So again, until we find out further word as to what exactly they're searching for and why, we continue to look at the procedures taking place regarding this raid that's being conducted by Homeland Security. You have support from local law enforcement officials as well. We saw from the ground shots, you see multiple agencies there a part of all of this, and they have a number of resources on hand with a drone flying up top, as well as they had ladders taking a closer look at certain parts of the property. And so they are looking at every nook and cranny they need to in terms of why they're investigating this home and property. So clearly this is going to take a while.
He's been locked up since September, facing federal charges of racketeering and coercion in one of the most notoriously horrible prisons.
People magazine says it's got a source on the inside that tells them that P. Diddy's on watch tonight. Do your sources confer the same information? Are they saying it was possible?
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the SHU have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on side watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there, he was like an overnight guest. When they told his bond hearing, now they checked him into the system, and reality has hit him. And I understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day. And now there's talk about putting him in, it's like a bubble. It's like a cell that has like a plexiglass wall in it where they have inmates watching you. That's actually their job, to keep an eye on the inmates that are on side watch. Another error that I guess some warden told you this. There are sentenced inmates there. They're called cadre inmates. They don't have to be white collar inmates, but they're doing maintenance on the building. And the problem why there's a lot of violence there, they have housing units. And they're mixing bank robbers, drug dealers, rapists with white collar people. And this is why Diddy, he can't go into a regular housing unit because somebody will take him out for sure. Somebody's gonna get a lot of street credibility out of this. People that are doing substantial time that know they're never getting out, they'll just kill the guy, no questions asked.
You think that they'd suck up to him because he's got a lot of money, and if he ever does get the commissary options, he would be able to help them.
Some people do because
I got to wrap it real quick.
Okay, some people do think that Diddy can help him, but this guy's going to be locked up forever. His case will probably take at least 3 years to litigate. He'll stay at MDC. There's rumors that he wants to go to Essex County Jail in New Jersey because he doesn't like MDC. He's a Marshals inmate. There's no way they're going to transfer him back and forth, I don't know, several times a week, 6 Marshals to do it. He's out of luck.
Listen, I'm going to have you back.
Diddy has denied the serious claims with a firm not guilty plea.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media.
His empire, bad boy records, fashion ventures, a $1 billion Forbes estimated fortune, has taken a hit as over 120 lawsuits pile up, many alleging misconduct stretching back decades. He's currently stuck in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, with his trial set for May, while his legal fees skyrocket and his Beverly Hills mansion sits on the market for $61.5 million. Enter Janice, his rock, his defender, now cast as the runaway matriarch in a tale too juicy to ignore. The story? Word is that Janice bolted to an unnamed country with $400 million of Diddy's wealth, supposedly his inheritance stash. No passport stamps or bank slips prove it yet, just whispers turned into headlines. Posts on X claim that she's hiding out overseas with half his net worth, sparked by a family feud rumor from late last year. Back then, sources told In Touch Weekly that she was clashing with Diddy's son, Christian King Combs, over controlling that fortune, $400 million per some estimates, while Diddy's locked up. Now, here's the twist. She's allegedly taken it and run away, leaving the feds, the family, and fans in a frenzy. Janice isn't new to the spotlight. As a former model and teacher's assistant, she raised Diddy in Harlem and Mount Vernon after his dad, Melvin, lost his life in 1972. She's been her son's hype woman ever since. For example, she defended him in October, calling his legal woes a public lynching based on lies and insisting that he's no monster. She always sat front row at his court hearings, arm in arm with his kids, Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Delilah, Jesse, and Little Love. But now she's allegedly fled with millions of his fortune, and that's why this is so shocking. It's a massive leap. She pretty much allegedly went from a loyal mom to a fugitive in a heartbeat. Where did the $400 million come from? Diddy's wealth's a maze. His music, Sean John clothing, Revolt TV, and real estate. Before his arrest, he paid off an $18.8 million mortgage on his Miami Star Island pad, shielding it from creditors under Florida law. Forbes pegged him at $1 billion in 2022, but raids, lawsuits, and legal bills, up to $1,750 an hour, per ex-lawyer Mark Garagos, Could have dented that. The inheritance bit is fuzzy. Some say that it's a trust for his 7 kids. Others guess that it's liquid cash that Janice tapped. No will is public, and no transfer has been confirmed. It's a number that fits the feud narrative now spun into her great escape. But why would Janice flee? There are a bunch of theories going around. Maybe she's trying to dodge the feds. Diddy's assets are under a microscope. They've seized phones, drives, and even baby oil bottles from his homes. A $400 million move could flag money laundering probes, though nothing ties her to his charges. Or maybe it all has to do with family drama. Diddy's son, Christian, who is a rapper with his own hustle, allegedly wants that fortune for himself. The Hindustan Times dubbed it a real-life Godfather situation last December. And now, posts on X are screaming that Janice took it all. Could be she's protecting it or herself from a crumbling dynasty? It's definitely possible. But at the end of the day, there is actually no real proof that she's gone. All we have are rumors about her fleeing the country with Diddy's money. However, we don't actually know anything for sure. But what about Diddy's reaction? He hasn't really said anything. After all, he's in jail. His team is focused on trial prep, not his mom's rumored jet set. His kids haven't hinted at a rift either. Christian himself has been quiet. And then you have the other kids. Quincy has posted his support, and the twins, Delilah and Jesse, stay low-key. Janice's lawyer hasn't spoken since her October defense. Truth be told, there is no confirmation that she's even left New York, let alone the US Post's claim that she's in Europe or on some island. But her last sighting was courtside, not boarding a plane. So what are the feds doing about all this? Allegedly, they're not chasing her yet. Diddy's case is about his actions. Tapes, witnesses, alleged freak-offs, not family funds. Asset freezes aren't public, and no warrants name Janice. But if she did move $400 million, eyebrows would rise. Legal or not, it's a red flag in a racketeering probe. Tony Busby's 120-plus civil suits don't touch her either. He's after Diddy and enablers, not moms with bags of cash. Still, the optics are not good. This has all been a headache for prosecutors banking on a tight narrative. Online, it's been a circus too. X posts are split. Some claim that Janice is just trying to save the family's legacy, while others are saying that Diddy is toast and she is scared. Some also tie it all to Suge Knight's prison rants, supporting Diddy, bashing others. But it's all noise, not fact. No flight logs, no bank leaks, just a viral YouTube title turned into wildfire. Family Feud rumors had legs. This adds jet fuel. If this is all true, it's clear that Janice has got means. Diddy's private jet hit Antigua during the raids on his mansions, though he wasn't on it. Could Janice have something to do with that? All of this could also just be rumors and nothing more. There is no proof that Janice has actually fled the country with all that money. So, what's next? No one really knows. At this point, for all we know, Janice could be in Harlem or in Havana. No one has really tracked her. Diddy's trial's the real clock. May is not far off, and his $50 million bail is a fantasy. If Janice is really abroad, extradition is a stretch without charges. And the $400 million could be locked in trusts, not luggage. Experts say that Diddy's estate planning is tight. For now, all of this is alleged and unproven, but maybe more information will come out as we keep watching. But what do you guys think about all this? Did Janice really flee the country? And did she take all that money with her? Do you believe the rumors? Or do you think this is all nonsense and we'll see her at Diddy's trial, supporting him as always? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below.